What specifically about the magically excites you?
Well, the first part of it that's really interesting is, well, two things. First of all, Magic Leap and mixed reality applications are very different than VR itself. VR, you're creating the whole. Let's spend a little time talking about this because it's a worthwhile discussion. Okay, VR has a number of features in there, but they also came in with some problems. The first one was everybody was talking about motion sickness. They kind of got rid of that problem when they started realizing that you could go to higher frame rates, you could do other types of things behind the scenes. That was great, but then there was this whole concept of, keep mispronouncing it, proprioception, I think is the correct term. And that's like, where are you in relationship to your environment, okay? The first thing that happens with VR is, where are my hands? What happened to my hands? People are wondering, they don't, forget about your feet, even though you kind of feel like you're floating in space and what have you, you're not grounded, you're not connected to that world, okay? A lot of that has been fixed in many different ways, and you know, people have had add-ons like the Leap Motion, which could actually detect hand positionings. In fact, I did that with Oculus early on, developing an interesting kind of app for handling dinosaur eggs with haptic feedback. That was a real 3D printed type of thing, but with actual physical feedback. But VR itself creates your whole environment. It takes over, and it wants to make everything there. It's like you're kind of locked into that. Whereas with mixed reality or augmented reality, what you're doing is you're merging the real world, physical world, with the virtual world. So you're touching holograms. I could take and I could move that hologram and manipulate it, okay? And I could do things of that nature in that space, but it's happening in the real space there. That is a fundamental difference. Now the thing is, you have augmented reality with, you know, like ARCore and ARKit, where you've taken, you can have your iPad and just move it around and do things and do wonderful things. I built wonderful applications that way. But you're looking through a porthole. You're not in it. I can't take that thing and go and put myself, immerse myself in it. Suddenly, I can do it with this device. Those kinds of devices are going to be much more natural to work with, because when you put it on, everything is kind of tied in and they're locked in together. You can create that whole notion of mixing both environments.